Hello, it's Jimmy at O'Reilly's and come to look at a Skoda with a DPF issue. Okay, so we're just inside the car. You can see there we've got some errors flashing up already, but we'll start it up. So you got a DPF symbol there, engine management light, and a flashing glow plug light as well. There's also an airbag light, which is going to be irrelevant really to what we're looking at. So we'll just get the trouble codes up. So we've got a code of, let's see if I can get the glare off the screen there, P245800, particle filter regeneration duration. So what that means is the particle filter is taking too long to regenerate when the car is trying to regenerate on its own. It's tried to regenerate over a long time and it's failed basically. So it's still reading that the pressure is too high, I take it. So we'll go into live data. Let's go back. Live data. There's a lot of glare on the screen, so we're gonna have to go through this. There's a lot of stuff on this list here. As you can see, the size of that little bar there. You can scroll down here for ages. So we're gonna find the DPF live data, and we'll come back. Okay, we've got the particle filter data there up at the top. So you got 24 on idle, which is very high. So we'll accelerate it up. Problem is it only goes to 2000 RPM. We got 112. So let's get the car moving so we can actually get a full acceleration on it. Okay, now we'll just give it a bit of a full acceleration and see how high the pressure goes. So back here we have the DPF, and you can see there that there's some sort of powder. It's a bit hot to touch. Someone's tried cleaning it already. I don't know what they've used because it seems like some weird sort of material. Just here we have the DPF pressure sensor, and we're going to take that off and test it. And you can see on the live data there was over 400 millibars of pressure. So I'm going to just test the sensor just to make sure it's working properly. So as we went to pull that out there, the sensors just come straight apart. It's a little bit brittle. So now I've connected up a manometer there to the DPF pressure sensor. I'm just going to make sure that that's reading the same pressure that the sensor said. Now we'll do full acceleration. So I've got a different DPF sensor here. I'm going to put that one on. So it's a new sensor on. Still getting the correct readings, but the offset readings have changed from 4 down to 0. So just going to test the replacement sensor by putting the pressure up here to 500. Just increase that a little bit. Make sure it's on 500 there. Just make sure it's reading the same on the live data, which it is. So now I'm going to use 5 litres of Win's car DPF cleaner, put it into my pressurised bottle. Just connect it up there. Now let that sit in there for about 30 minutes. Now we're going to start the car and push the fluid out. So we should see this pressure drop now. Now as long as this gets down low enough, that'll be fine, but sometimes if it doesn't go low enough, we'd have to trigger off a regeneration. Okay, now I'm in the adaptation settings of the Autel here, and I'm going to do both of these adaptations for the particle filter and the differential pressure sensor as well. It's a little bit slow. Okay, that's it. So we can press escape. And we'll go back and clear the codes. I think I've already cleared the codes. Let's just check if any codes are now coming up. I'll actually go into it and read it, make sure. Okay, now we're going to take it on a drive for about 10 miles or more. So just clear that airbag light as well, just to see if that stays away. I'm not too sure what's going on with that, but we're not really here to look at that anyway. Okay, so now on idle we're fluctuating between 17 and 18. Full acceleration. It's going to, it's increasing a little bit, 85 to 90. 90 there, so it's staying on 90. So it's a little bit borderline really. I'd like to get it a little bit lower than that. So I'm going to go into the guided functions, static regen, switch ignition on. Let's see what it says. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it on clear screen. Ignition on, yes. So that's just telling you that you need at least a quarter tank. The handbrake's on and all of that. So now I have to wait for that to load. So it's saying it doesn't need a regeneration. Do I want to end the test? I'm going to say no, because I want to override that and just try and get the pressure a little bit lower. 48 millibars, 73 millibars actually it says there. Okay. Don't know why it tells you to do that. Okay, so we just triggered off the regeneration there. Temperatures, there's the temperatures there, upstream 344. So we're just going to see if we can get it a little bit lower than it is. So looking on the live data, temperature, average temperature of the DPF, max minus 273, which is not right. And if we go back along 0 grams, sorry, the screen is just jumping around a bit. Particle soot there, that's that. Just trying to find the exhaust gas temperature sensors. So here, which I don't think is right, is exhaust gas temperature sensor 2 is given a 0 degrees reading, and it says the temperature during the last regions was minus 273 degrees. So I think it's worthwhile taking out the temperature sensor and checking that. So I've now unplugged the sensor from the exhaust. So if I unplugged sensor number 3, it's given off a circuit fault. If I unplug sensor 4, it gives a circuit fault. Sensor 1 gives a circuit fault. This one doesn't give no circuit fault. So we've got it unplugged. It's not giving any trouble codes for unplugging it. Okay, so the owner has told me that he's had an engine replacement on this car and the guy has done some software deletes. So it's probably something to do with that. Yeah, okay, it's definitely had a remap done, software deletes on EGR, and he's not sure what else. So I'm a little bit stuck now on this one, because it seems to me like someone's either done a software, some sort of remapping, or we could try and replace the sensor, but we cannot get one today. So, and this customer's come from a fair bit away. So I'm going to tell him to get this sensor changed and maybe bring it back to the guy who done the software on it and see if we can get that sorted, just by either returning the software back to normal, or just don't delete half of the software. If you're gonna do software deletes, you might as well delete all of the DPF really. But for now, we have no fault codes, and we got 73 millibars on full acceleration. 14 on idle. It's still a little bit high, to be honest, on idle. We haven't got any fault codes come up. We've taken it on a 10-mile test drive. So it is working for now, but obviously I don't know what the temperature issue of the exhaust. The temperature was going up to around about 420 degrees maximum. I think it should have been a little bit higher. I think there's an issue with the temperature sensors, and it's going to need looking at a little bit more in the future. But for now, it's okay. I'm going to just tell them, look, drive the car, see if the issue returns. If it returns, we're going to need to look into that exhaust gas temperature sensor. So just so I finished on that, we'll see you on one of the next videos.